Doing?
Okay, good. What was besides the money, what was the main reason why you wanted to return to the Chicago Bulls? And what did the management tell you that piqued your interest to return?
I mean, Chicago's my home. I think we built something over the last, well, at least for me, I've been here for 5 years, and over the last 2, 3, built something, and being able to come back as a cornerstone piece and allowing them to get some of my insight and some of my input and pretty much constructing the roster to help me and help us win was really big for me.
Thank you.
Joe, go ahead.
Zach, how you doing?
What's the word, boss?
How you doing? Hey, real quick, I mean, obviously you've never been one that's gotten caught up in pressure, especially financial pressure. This contract, though, is a different animal. I must put you in the upper echelon, the elite, as far as pay. How do you tackle that? How do you feel like you have to live up to that max contract guy, both offensively, defensively, leadership? I mean, what does that all mean to you, and what does that entail?
I think it's just a credit to my hard work. I think I've had the same work ethic and the same goals that, before the contract, after the contract, I was, striving for it, when I was on my rookie deal. So, there's no extra added pressure. It's just who I am and, what goals and what things I want to reach with and, how much better can we get as a team. But there's no added pressure. I think it's just this is just a compliment of a lot of hard work and, showing what type of player I am.
Jamal, go ahead.
Yo, Zach, what's up, man? Congratulations.
What's up? Thank you.
I'm just curious your thoughts on the offseason that y'all have had, and basically continuity's been the big word for the guys in the front office and bringing this core back for a second year. I'm curious just your thoughts on that idea of keeping everything together, and how eager are you to get this team back on the floor? And obviously y'all didn't really have it at the end of the season. Y'all weren't all healthy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was tough because we started off so good and we could see the ceiling and the goal of the team in the first half of the season, but injuries happen and you obviously want to see a full roster and a full team all the way through. I think we had some key additions already, adding guys like Goran and Drummond. So it's I think it's going to be good. As long as guys stay healthy, I think that's the biggest thing for any team. It's we get to go back at it again.
Rob Schaefer, go ahead.
Yeah, Zach, I think the last time we talked to you, you were still deciding on what next steps were going to be with the knee. Obviously, the surgery happened a few months ago. I'm just hoping you could let us know what exactly that entailed, what they did exactly to the knee, and then how you're feeling physically now. Has it impacted your, off-season training? Was there a rehab process? Just all that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel great. Just had a run-of-the-mill knee scope. Go in there, clean some stuff out. I feel way better. I've been rehabbing, working out, playing, lifting, doing all the good stuff and boring stuff too. You have to start slow like always, but it's been good, and I feel really good. And over the next 2 months, getting back into the season, obviously, I feel like I'm gonna be even better.
Cody, you got the next one here.
Zach, I was just curious about, I think, the 18 hours or so that you were a free agent before it got announced that you were coming back. Did you have a big dinner with the Bulls? Who'd you meet with from the Bulls? What was that like?
Yeah, I sat down with Mark and AK after I signed, and had a really good dinner. Billy as well, and I obviously want to thank them for the work that they put in with helping bringing me back. And it was really fun being able to sit down and go through everything, talk everything out, and then obviously celebrate and have a good dinner and have them pay for some expensive wine.
Did you take a meeting with another team?
No.
Why not? You mentioned that you were going to look at all your options, and then it focused back to the Bulls, and I think we understand a lot of that, but just kind of what went into that.
I went into off season with an open mind, and I laid out my goals, just like I always have. And once I was able to meet with Mark and AK and they came to me with everything that I wanted. There was no other reason for me to, go outside and look at any other teams. I think that would have been, for me, disrespectful on my end because, they gave me everything I asked for and, everything on the table that I looked at, had Chicago as all the pros. So, I did my due diligence on my own time as well and looked at things and made a decision for me and my family. But, my heart was in Chicago.
Thank you.
Sam Smith, you're up.
Zach, how do you look at this sort of, in your life where you've come from? You were the centerpiece of this trade, this huge trade, Jimmy Butler, and you come to the Bulls and you can't play. And you have the most serious injury, or one of the most serious injuries that a basketball player can have, an ACL, and you're coming off that to get to where you have been with this contract, as significant it is, and the All-Star, Olympic, all that. How do you look back over this period? Can you believe it's come to this?
I just think it's a journey and you got to take everything in stride. Obviously, you can't control everything with injuries, being traded, whatever it is. But, I could always control my demeanor, my work ethic, and, what I brought to the game. So I always picture myself as the player I am and the player I'm going to be and continue to strive to be. And, what comes with that is, being compensated at that level. And, I'm very proud of myself and my family for, getting to this point.
Do you look at it all like, not like you say, not that you didn't expect it, but you can't believe that your dreams are achieved to have reached this point in your professional life?
I feel like when you do goal setting, if you don't put those things out there and really, believe that you can get there, it's not going to happen. So, not to say that I wasn't, extremely excited and, anxious for the opportunity, but, it was something that I looked forward to when I set my goals and saw myself at this point in my career at one point.
KC, go ahead, please.
Hey, Zach, I'm curious what you think about the overall landscape of the East, how some teams improved on paper, and where you think you guys stack up in that landscape.
Yeah, people don't move each and every year, and there's still a lot of movement. I think that can happen during the off season. It's just teams trying to get better and better, and I think we're trying to do the same thing as well. We added some additions, but pretty much had the same core and guys intact, and wanted to run it back. I think that's what AK and Mark wanted to, go after and really see what this team was like, whole and healthy. So. I'm fine with it. I understood, how good we were in the first half of the year, but we got to put two halves together and, really go after it. So I'm excited for the competition.
Yeah, and following up on that, we've been hearing about continuity since February, since they stood pat at the trade deadline. What does that say to you guys as players that management has that much faith in you guys when you guys are whole?
Yeah, it's always better, when you get to know each other, the word continuity you guys are saying, but, familiarity that I use and getting chemistry on the court, that doesn't just happen in 1-2 years. All the good teams and teams that make deep playoff runs each and every year know each other and have been together for a while. So I think that's something that you can, definitely establish and grow from.
Mike McGraw, go ahead.
Hey, Zach, do you have a child that's going to be on the way soon? How do you feel about that?
I'm extremely excited. It's, with me and my wife having, the upcoming first child, I'm extremely excited. Obviously the relationship I have with my father and looking forward to taking on that challenge and seeing what that part of my life is. So, and that's bigger than basketball. That's bigger than everything. And, that's nervous, anxious, excited, all in the same thing. I know how to play basketball. This is something I haven't done yet, so I'm looking forward to it.
Joe Cowley, go ahead.
Zach, piggybacking off a couple questions about continuity and bringing this team back kind of as is. When you see the East, especially the top four teams, do what they did, is that, when you had your meeting, were you all for, hey, yeah, let's just bring it back and health will be the difference in catching up with those four teams? And then also, you talked about when you met with them that, they put a lot on the table. Was there plans, look, Vooch is one more year, DeMar a couple more years. Did they go down the road of, hey, this is what we want to be in 3 years with you. This is what we want year 4 to look like. I mean, was it that drawn out where they said, this is the plans we have?
I mean, obviously, Mark and AK have the plans for the future. When we were talking about my contract, that's what we were talking about. And obviously, within the next year or so, with the guys on the team and bringing them back. But we need to upgrade, and I think we tried to go out there and do it just like everybody else. We have shortcomings on our team, just like every team in the NBA, that you want to try to fill gaps and get better at. So, I think that's what we tried to do. But as a long-term thing, no, I didn't. I can't see into the future, and I'm not them. That's not my job.
Darnell, go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. What's up, Zach? Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
You feel like you made it?
Feel like I made it? No, I've been felt like I made it. I just this is just something that, like I said, is token of respect. Them viewing me as the type of player that I've been for the last 4 years, and continue to see in the future, what I can bring to the table. So, I'm happy, I'm excited, and I'm, like I said, working with me to bring me back. It was great.
With this now behind you, this chapter officially in the books, what are your goals now?
Yeah, a lot of things, individually, wanting to keep pushing myself to, reach higher and higher things. If it isn't, all NBAs, if it isn't MVPs, team-wise, it's winning a championship. I think there's nothing above that. And, you've heard me say that individual things come with winning, and the better and better we get as a team, and I keep pursuing myself to get better as a player, I think those things can match up.
And just one more for me. Thanks for doing this today, by the way. Patrick Williams, we all know that he's big to you all's future. What is your perception of what he means and how much you all need to rely on him to take that next step? I mean, do you see it that way, or are we kind of making that up, or do you really need him to come into his own next season?
I think every player should try to take a next step. It's not just Pat. Everybody on the team needs to take a step. You can't just try to put one guy to take a step. Pat's great. Pat's going to continue to work on his game and get better and better. He's out here right now in Vegas working out, early in the morning. He's been to California. He's been in Chicago. So, Pat's working on his game, but everybody on the team needs to take a step. Even from the best guy on the team to the 12th man, you need to take a step and upgrade your game. And I think that's how teams get better.
Thank you, Zach.
Josh Hicks, go ahead.
Hey, Zach, how you doing? Congratulations on your deal, man.
Thank you.
Obviously, I know you're aware of Andre, the Bulls signing new players to your team, Andre Drummond, Goran Dragic, et cetera. And the rookie that they drafted, Dalen Terry. I was wondering if you've ever been in contact with those guys, and what were those conversations like since they signed on and been drafted to the team?
Yeah, I gave Andre a text. He's extremely eager, very excited. He was trying to come out to Orange County and work out with me. Met Dalen Terry out here. Very excited, very competitive kid. And obviously, knowing Goran and texting him before, gave him a congratulations text. So it's good, man. Obviously, you got to get to know your teammates soon, and just want to get that chemistry going, but also just welcome to the team.
All right. Anybody else got one for Zach? All right, Zach, that's it. Appreciate your time today. Thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
See you soon. Everybody else,
Thank
thanks
you.
for joining us. We'll see you soon too. Take care.